All right, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, call the meeting order and stand for the pledge, please.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we get the motion to accept the minutes of October 19th.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, get a motion to accept the financial report and payment of the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Southern Trent.
Good evening,
Ken?
everyone.
It seems like you keep coming every other day. Seems like you're here all the
Yeah,
time.
I got out of whack that 1 month now, but I think we're back on track right now. I think this is good.
Congratulations.
Oh, yes, congratulations.
Thank you all. It's been a wonderful month, right?
Yo, what was your daughter's name again?
Megan?
That's what you were saying, Megan.
Yeah.
I wanted to be correct, but I remember.
Yeah, and the Megan and the baby are doing great, and they named the baby Quinn.
Quinn?
Quinn.
Quinn, yeah.
Very nice.
So,
Very good. Again, friend, congratulations.
thank you. My report's pretty short tonight. We didn't really, nothing really major went on this past month for us, September and October. But I want to point out that on the sheet that I gave you, I was reviewing it, and I see there's a typo here on the total nitrogen for the month is 1.7 milligrams per liter, and it says 1.7 pound per year. That pound per year needs to be struck in and put a milligram per liter, and I'll make that correction when I get back tomorrow. So that just jumped right out at me here. But anyway, those numbers are looking terrific. BOD 1.6, suspended solids 1.0, ammonia 1.18. That's pretty impressive numbers. I don't think you're going to find a plant in the state of Maryland that's doing that. But there may be a couple that are doing that as good, but no one's doing better than that.
Good.
So some of the right now, it's that time of year. We're just trying to get everything ready for the winter. We're making sure we got heat everywhere and that we don't have any problems this winter. So that's what we're kind of looking at now. We've got a couple projects going on. We're really close to having well 3 completed. I'm real excited about that, and we've been taking pictures. I hope at the next meeting to have it done and show you what we've been able to accomplish. It's looking really good. Everybody, and we've gotten a lot of participation from all different parts of our staff and other people as well. But everyone's been pitching in, and it's going to look like a new water treatment plant there at Well 3. They're going to be very pleased. And it's improvements. It's not only looking good, but it's going to be it's going to be that well system now is going to be a welcome to the 21st century. It's going to have new chemical feed pumps, chemical storage. We'll be feeding bulk chemicals. We have bulk chemical storage there. The chemical feed systems are going to be more able to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish with the chemical feed and maintain it consistently day in and day out. It's just going to be better. We're addressing some of the safety concerns that we had with the chemical feed system. So it can be operated without really without any fear of someone getting hurt or dealing with the chemicals and that type of thing. So I'll show you pictures. You'll really like it. So that's should hope to have it. It's almost done. I'd say it's like 95% completed. So we'll have it finished by next meeting. So some of the things we did at the plant, well, we pulled the nitrate recycle pump, and we pulled the anoxic meters, mixing meters in the anoxic tanks, and cleaned them, and pulled rags off of them and got them all working real well right now, so we're in good shape there. We met with Lewis and Stearns and Wheeler or GH. They have a new GHD. Yeah, I can't get used to their new name, but looked at correcting the rag problem at the plant and looked addressing that issue. And
How about the situation with the rags and all? Have we gotten that thing?
well, I tell you, we're still dealing with day in day out typical rags, which you would expect. But we haven't with the detention center installed a bar rack at one of their at a location at their site, and since they've done that, we haven't seen any large rags like blankets or sheets or jumpsuits or anything like that. So that has been effective. So now we're just pretty much dealing with the normal loading coming into the plant. But so we TV'd something else that we did. Your DPW came in and TV'd the recycle force main, and we did find it had a lot of sand accumulation in it. So we think that is the problem, why the pumps are not pumping at capacity. So I've been working with Dan and his crew, and we're going to go ahead and either tomorrow or Friday, we're going to go ahead and jet it. We took the line apart today. We're ready to jet it out tomorrow or Friday. So I'm pretty confident that that's going to be effective, and we'll get that cleared out.
Good.
So that's really, one other thing. We've been doing some leak detection, and we found that at Walnut Hill Booster Station, we found that the check valve on the number one booster pump check valve was leaking back through the pump. So that was a big find. So we had that check valve torn apart. We've got parts ordered, so we'll get that fixed right away. But that was a pretty big find. So I'm real pleased with that.
Good.
Jenny?
You find things like that on your routine scheduled, like maintenance checks?
Well, most times we do. This particular item is a very unusual item, and what prompted us to look at this was I don't know if you recall, but 2 or 3 meetings ago I mentioned to you that we were having problems filling Blue Ball Tower and without filling the reservoir. We were sort of from the water plant. When the water plant was running, we were putting water in the reservoir actually faster than what we were putting in Blue Ball, which you would say, well, that's an impossibility since the reservoir's elevation is higher than Blue Ball Tower. At least you would think that. And so, and that has not been totally resolved yet, to be honest with you. That's why we're doing a leak detection, and we're working, because I believe that we have a closed valve somewhere in the distribution system that's inhibiting the flow going to Blue Ball Tower. We haven't found that yet, but we're working to find that. But one of the things we wanted to check out was Walnut Hill Booster Station. Since it pulls its water out of Blue Ball and puts it in Walnut Hill Tower, we thought, well, that may be a contributing factor. And so we just sort of had the equipment. We borrowed the equipment from Maryland Rural Water, and they lend it to us, and it's free of charge, and we can use it as long as we need it. Okay. But interesting, I spoke with Charlie Bowman. He's with Maryland Rural Water, and he's been around a long time. He did a lot of work up here in the town of Elkton years ago, and he told me, he said, the town of Elkton had a lot of backwards valves out in the system. And I mean, this was, maybe 10, 15 years ago. He was working with DPW on similar problems. And he told me that there were a number of backwards valves installed in the distribution system in the town of Elkton. And you would think to yourself that they would even make a backwards valve. And I'm not sure why they do. But a lot of towns, it's been my experience that everywhere you go, there are some backwards valves installed. And so when you open it, a valve, normally it's righty tighty, lefty loosey, or lefty loosey. Okay. So when you turn a valve to the left, you think you're opening it, and some valves you're actually closing, believe it or not, and you just shake your head like, why would they do that? Anyway, the town of Elkton does have some backwards valves, and I think that's what we're dealing with over near Blue Ball Tower. So so he said to me, he said, so when the town found these backwards valve years ago, they painted all the valve covers orange underneath.
Okay.
So they need to be marked. So hopefully they are still marked, and that'll help us find it. But we'll keep it posted on that. But anyway, so we're working with the DPW, and we're going to do that investigation, leak detection, and try to determine where those backward valves are.
Very good. Okay. Okay, any other questions of Ken?
Or
Okay.
are they planning on correcting them, the backwards valves, if they do find them?
Well, the town did correct. That's a good question. Now, Charlie Bowman told me that the town did replace a number of the valves that they found, but not all of them.
If we find them, I would suggest that we replace them if it's,
I agree.
because
It's,
if somebody else comes behind, it's going to do the same thing.
yeah, like 10 or 20 years later, and none of us are around. We're like, man, I don't know why we can't get one of the blue valve down.
Right, and that's when they're not identified, so you know how to open and close them properly, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so this problem could all come back 10, 15 years from now and haunt you again. I'm hoping that they were marked. But so I passed that information on to DPW, so they know that a lot of them were painted, and so.
No, so not marked, I mean, a way of finding out and making sure they're right? If you,
Well, that's what we use. That's what I'm using,
Checking.
leak detection equipment,
Okay.
because you can. Leak detection basically, it's like a big magnifying. It actually magnifies the sound, and it has different configurations, and it has this one. The probe has long rods. You can stick the rod down on top of the valve nut, and then you can regulate the volume, and you put earphones on, and you can hear everything. You can hear the water the way it should sound in the main, and you can hear if the valve is partially open. It's a screaming, so you can hear that. So you can, or if you have a leak somewhere on the main, you can hear it, and you can walk along the water line, and you can put your instrument down and listen, and you can hear the water gushing out the line. They're very, very effective for finding leaks, and you can use it for finding valves like that too. We'll find them,
good, then we replace them.
and we'll replace them.
Very good.
That'll be the ultimate, really.
All right, thanks, Ken.
Okay.
Now,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. Now, you may have already addressed this, but how are we doing going forward with the grease collector kind of inspection?
Well, that's a good question. Now, I know that I received an email from Lewis, and they have initiated a program. I think Craig Trussell
Right.
is going to run the program.
Right.
And I know that there's about, was it 90 in town, grease traps?
The board was sent an email
Yeah.
announcing the program and
Right.
all the equipment that was used, all the process that was put together for it.
Right.
And our code enforcer is going around doing that.
Right. And I guess my question to you is, have you been involved with that? Have they communicated with you concerning that?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. And I would be more than happy to help in any way.
Well, just
If they want me to go out and,
that you're abreast of it. I would imagine during the colder months, it's kind of worse if it's an issue then, right?
it could be, But right now, I'm not seeing any more grease at the plant, or any less. It's hard to judge that type of thing.
Okay.
But we had I tell you, we really were busy this month with MDE, because MDE made changes on the discharge monitoring report, and I spent a lot of time with Randy Denny, who's our inspector, going over these changes and working them out between him and Bill Lee down at the MDE, because and he says the next time when the town gets their new permit, that there's going to be even more changes. So he said, well, we'll deal with that when that happens.
Okay.
But
Awesome.
Good. Okay, thank you.
guys, take care.
Okay, I have a proclamation from Municipal Government Work Month. A proclamation the Mayor and Commissioners of the Town of Elkton declaring the month of November 2011 Municipal Government Works Month in the Town of Elkton, Maryland. Whereas the Town of Elkton was incorporated in 1787, and whereas Maryland is the home of 156 other municipalities, and whereas the municipal government represents the most responsive level of government, allowing citizens to have direct access to elected officials, and whereas in an effort to educate citizens about municipal government and the importance of their participation in the Town of Elkton is proud to promote municipal government awareness, and whereas municipalities have enhanced the quality of life for their respective residents by maintaining neutral and historical sites and structures and helping to make Maryland a great place to live, work, play, and explore. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and Commissioners of the Town of Elkton hereby proclaim the month of November 2011 Municipal Government Works Month in the Town of Elkton. In witness thereof, we have unto set our hands and seal of the Town of Elkton on this second day of November 2011. So I can get a motion to accept the proclamation.
So moved.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. Lewis?
I have resolution R4-2011. Resolution R4-2011 establishes the Elkton Bicycle Plan Advisory Committee. As the board is well aware, it established WMAPCO and Elkton work together to form a bicycle plan. It was adopted by the board on December 15th. 2010 was endorsed by WMAPCO Council on January 13th, 2011. And pursuant to that plan, an advisory committee will have to be formed in order to follow through with the plan, ensure that all the recommendations are followed through with, and we work with staff and the town in order to implement the necessary safety and convenience assets in the town for bicycles. I would ask, bicycle travel, I would ask the board to adopt resolution R4-2011 to establish the Elkton Bicycle Plan Advisory Committee.
Okay. Also, just to bring everybody up to that, the county held their public meeting last night or yesterday between 4 and 7. I had a workshop to introduce the plan's vision of the goals and the purpose of the county bicycle plan as well. So hoping maybe we can tie in with them, but they're putting one together as well, and we've already got ours established, so this is a step ahead. And we do have some people that are interested. I believe, Jeannie, you have some names?
Yeah, I believe I sent the board the names I had so far, and then just today I received another name from someone from WMAPCO. So I had forwarded that to all the board members.
All right, so we'll look at those names and come up with some names, and probably at the next board meeting I'll ask for the appointment of some of those people that are willing to serve on this committee. All right, so can I get a motion to accept resolution R4-2011?
I
Make
so moved.
Okay.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Very good. Old business. Lou, how about the Newark Avenue? Have we heard anything more back from the state as far as the statistics and everything? We're asking for the light out there.
I haven't heard from the state on that.
Really? That's something. All that time.
Certainly there has been a police presence out there because they've been out there with radar, and they have the digital clock or whatever you call it when people are traveling through there, and let their speed reflect to them. So there has been, some help in that endeavor.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was really ironic. The next day, I think it was around 3 o'clock, we had another accident out there with 3 vehicles out there. Yeah, and you rode by, and I was out there. Had 2 of those like within a week's time. So that was something. So hopefully we can get something back from them guys to find out maybe you might want to send a reminder and find out what.
The cause of the accident, I understand from the police department, is the inattentive driving. It wasn't because of speed in that particular accident.
Okay.
I'm going to send a follow-up report to the engineer or the quest.
Okay, that's the only I have. Mary Jo, you have any old business?
Yes, I know several times Commissioner Givens and myself have brought up the scholarship for Elkton High School. And I talked to Steve about it, and I would really like to make a motion to offer a $500 scholarship to a deserving Elkton High School graduate for this year.
I second the motion.
Okay, a motion and a second on the floor. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. And if Commissioner Givens, if you could, I don't know, when you receive the scholarship in the schools, do you choose the?
You can either get the school to do it or we can do it. And when I say we can do it, I mean the information be so simplified with the person's name, or it doesn't have to be the person's name, and the academic, the grades and things like it's something that actually we can do
Okay.
as a board here.
Good,
Well,
that's
that would be
good.
great.
That would be
Thank
good.
you.
If we did, yeah. Good.
That's all for old business.
Charlie, old
I don't,
business?
no, I don't have any.
Charlie, any old business?
What's where are we with the status of water supply? I know you email us and keep us abreast, but is there anything that's new that might help us or might be new to us when it comes to this water situation? Supply,
The Artesian agreement, you mean?
Artesian, or the other that you've contacted, or United?
Well, I have no update for United. I have been in contact with them, but I don't have any substantive information to offer the board at this time.
Thank you, sir.
Next. No, nothing. Okay. Okay, the only other thing I have would be that there was some things out, we've been working with Comcast a lot, and we finally was able to get HD and on demand, but now they're going to a digital program, so all regular stations now will go up to digital, so now you have to get another box or two. You gotta keep up with them, the kids fast, they keep moving now, so just to be aware of it. Got noticed the other day that you have to buy these little boxes to get all of the TV channels, because by the end of December, everything will be going digital. So, that's the only thing I had. Mary Jo?
I just want to congratulate my fellow commissioners, Commissioner Piner, Commissioner Givens, and Commissioner Hicks for being recognized at the annual NAACP chapter dinner for their all their community service and as an elected official here in Cecil County. So I was very proud to be a part of that dinner, and I want to congratulate them all.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
And that's it.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a couple questions about, there's a fence down, or been damaged between Cecil Week on Bridge Street. Every time I go past, I notice that it's been, somebody either backed into it, or we had problems once before with someone.
They are the building?
Yes, right, there's the chain link fence. And I notice every time I go by it, but I'm not sure whether it's something that needs to be mentioned to the, no, the inspector of town. Code enforcer, I'm sorry. And then question, what's going on with the old Davis Florist building on Howard Street? I come past that all the time. Is it just abandoned and not?
No, Ed
Ed McEwen has it.
He does?
Tombstones.
Yeah.
It's Tombstones. They have a business there for Tombstones.
There's some sitting outside in the
Yeah,
parking
I don't
lot.
see too much going on there, but I just see.
Kind of quiet for Tombstones.
Okay, I'm just wondering. I have quiet too. That's pretty good. All right, that's it. That's a good answer.
Charlie? Yeah, I guess you're right.
Halloween joke. That's what it was.
There was a workshop at Elkton High School, I believe 2 Fridays ago, on crime and teenage killing. It was very impressive, Chief. I know you weren't there, and your men did a very good job in putting that on. I guess it was about 400 people there, including officers and health workers and what have you. Very impressive. And I see where Walmart donated enough water for you all to last another year or so. So, and that's good. Norris, how is the new lady doing in HR? And when I say new, I know it's a new position there. I guess everything's running smoothly.
Fine. If you want her to come to the board and give a report, I can have her do it. She sends out routine weekly reports on what's happening there.
Well, I'm just asking in reference to the fact that she's directly under you and maybe your opinion of her, even though she sends out that information.
Well, I think she's doing fine.
And the same thing with the new public works director. What are your,
Fine, too.
oh, is that right? Okay, I guess George Toole wanted to thank the Elkton Police Department for what they did the other night. It's unfortunate that he left his house about 10 after 9, and that's right on Booth Street, open lot beside him, and when he came back from church at 10 o'clock, his house had been robbed upstairs.
Oh, no.
So, you know, leave your house at 9 and come back at 10 and you've been robbed. But, like I said, the police was down there for their assistance, so that's great. Chief, what are the mileage or the status of your vehicle? I know the town is growing, your men do a lot of patrolling and what have you. How are your cars making out?
Right now, we're holding our own.
Are you?
Yes.
We don't need no new cars.
Yeah. We're gonna, probably by the end of next year, have to phase out the Crown Vics altogether. You know, Crown Vics have been taken off the market as of this year. 2011 was the last Crown Vic. And all law enforcement used that throughout the country. Now we're looking at using rear-wheel drive Chevrolets, possibly Dodges. I'm not too favor of that. We'll probably go for the Chevrolet because it is a rear-wheel drive vehicle and it's a little bigger than what you see on the street now. I think the Caprice is the model that we're looking at, and yeah, it's going to be expensive because with the Crown Vics you could retrofit. You could take parts out of the vehicle, the prisoner cages, and put them into the other vehicles when they get here. With this, you got to go to a whole different scam of equipment and fittings.
What about the hybrids?
That wouldn't be economical for police work. No, you can't afford to be doing that.
No?
No.
You don't do anything.
Unless you.
Those are pretty
expensive. Well,
You won't be able to chase it.
They're supposed to be more economical and what, but I don't know how it would be, how they would, if they even make them for
Chase,
police
they
cars.
wouldn't hold out.
Police cars like a cab. The taxi cab and police vehicles, they get
It's like a cow.
the same way.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Because they don't do nothing.
Well, what's the main purpose of a police vehicle anyway, Chief? What do you think I know for identification and what have you, but I guess they also serve a purpose of transporting.
Yes.
I'm saying the main purpose you see in ordering a police vehicle would be what?
Well, a police vehicle holds a lot of equipment that they use, which is laptops, radar equipment, of course your radio equipment, prisoner transport cages are in the back.
Tag identification.
All, yeah, your information that's in the trunk has to do with officer safety, shields, equipment to perform certain CPR. You know, so the vehicle's got a lot in it. Not a lot of room in the front.
AEDs in them too? Yeah. Do they carry AEDs in them too for what's called the?
Yeah, defibrillator.
They carry defibrillators and all that in the back as well, or anything like that medically, or you depend upon
Well, we
someone?
have those only in the supervisor cars.
Okay.
Chief,
Go ahead, Jeff.
when you say you're phasing them out, I'm just asking a question. When you say you phase them out, if the cars were equipped for so many years to be used for a certain purpose, regardless whether or not everyone's phasing them out, why would we have to get rid of them if they're still operable, being able to operate under good conditions? I don't understand.
You'll get down to the point where your replacement of parts and repairs will exceed what the car's worth.
And I understand that part, but the key thing is and I understand everybody has a plan of phasing or whatever, but I just don't see getting rid of something that's good and usable for us. That
We wouldn't get rid of a good car.
oh, well, I thought when you said you're phasing them out, the Crown Vics or whatever.
That's gonna come.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
He's talking, the Ford won't manufacture them anymore.
Okay.
That's what he means.
Oh, I was understanding that you was going to replace all of them.
We are.
Oh, okay.
Ford company stopped making
All right,
them.
I just
That's-
misunderstood what you said.
manufacture them.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know why they did, but they did.
all right.
Yeah.
That's increases your budget, Mayor.
Mhm.
That's it.
Commissioner Hicks?
I just wanted to add to what Commissioner Givens said concerning the teenage program that was given at Elkton High School. EPD hosted that, and that was a huge event. I guess police officers and state officers came from all over the state of Maryland for that,
And Virginia.
and Virginia. It was a huge event, and I'm just very proud of the way and how professional it was done.
We had 3 of those juvenile violence programs presented in the state that week. One in southern Maryland and one down on the eastern shore. They only had like 180 at one, 160 at another. So we had the highest attendance. And I don't know why that is. Of course, we have a nice facility at the high school. But it went off well and it was very well received.
Yes, very professional. So I was very proud of the presentation and the way the department looked and made the town look very good. Thank you.
Yeah, and I know the school personnel that attended were, their eyes were open that a lot of the now today what's happening.
Right.
Not what occurred, but what's happening now.
Yeah, and you're right, because now all of a sudden your ears are tuned into the news, and now you start to notice how young these homicides are,
Yeah.
and they're occurring. So, just thank you for a nice program and bringing that to the town.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
That was excellent, Chief. They did a great job with an excellent program, and if I could ask, I heard rumors he might be back next year for a 2-day
Yes, in fact,
seminar.
the presenter asked about it, if we would be interested in doing that. So we'll see how it goes. I think legit even wanted to get involved in it now with some others.
Good. 'Cause I had my Boys and Girls Club staff there, and actually when they went back to one of the schools, they saw something a teacher was doing that they had seen at that program. It was in a song, and went to the principal and told about it and stopped it. I mean, it was just really, really eye-opening.
Eye-opener, yeah.
Good. Is it, Chuck?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Becky?
Welcome, Nick. My name is Rebecca McKinney. I'm sure you all know, but I don't know why you have to keep telling your name. Pretty soon I'll tell you full shit. But that's what I feel like I am. Because nothing I tell to none of you do.
Just for the record, Becky, you have to give your name for the record, okay? It's nothing personal.
Well, little thing here, he don't know if we're living or dead.
Hey, Becky, go ahead with what you got to
Thank
say.
you, just sit up there and be nice.
Okay.
So I can. Anyway, number one, I don't know where chiefs come from because they're going to do their job anyway. Gotta call 911 to get attention if somebody gets hit in the head or something because the police department can't do their job. So I don't know why we need new cars. It's a waste of your money and mine. I have to do without my pills. That cost $78 for one bottle of pills to last me for bone cancer for the next 30 months because I can't get help. And you're talking about getting help to a new car. That don't do no good. I live on Main Street now. It's worse when I lived in the manor. On Main Street it's twice as bad. They lay out on our tables. We shouldn't have to call 911. My name's Rebecca McKinney. I'm originally from Northeast, but now I live in the dumps. That nothing's being done about it. I set out in Hollingsworth Manor most of my time. Because you know why? I care about the children. I give Joe a list of houses on Road 6. I'm only giving you just 2 weeks to clean it up. Next time it's going to be my time. It's not going to be Elkton. I don't give Elkton the east of doing nothing because they don't do anything. I'll call the state. it won't be nice when I call the state. Because I have a nephew that's been with the sheriff department and a niece for 60 years. All I do is call them. I have their number programmed in my phone, or Mr. Hicks, or Mr. Gibbons, or Mary Jo. Oh, I can't call you, but I know where you live. Don't take long to walk there. Louis, he lives in Pennsylvania. He don't even live here to where he knows what goes on here unless he's here every day. Of the night, this place could be set on fire. God forbid, I hope not. With the teenagers and the way the carryings on is in Elkton. I'm sure Mary Jo knows what I'm talking about because she's seen it in person. And I want to mention, because Mary Jo promised me she'd take care of it. Every night. And yes, I risk my life to get out there and walk the streets from 9 o'clock of the night till 12. But you know what? If I get killed, I get killed. It's a good person that died. Because that good person loves Jesus, and that good person cares about people. Not someone that's going to go shut my car door, lock it up, put it in the garage, and sit down till the next morning, time to go to work somewhere. 24 hours a day I care. When I lived in Hollingsworth Manor, neighbors, a witness, I walked the streets day and night. I walk the town day and night. I'm not supposed to with bone cancer, but somebody has to. Not the police department went to it. So somebody has to take their place to do it. And I do it for nothing and get kicked in the face. But you know what? There's some day that the kick that you all were kicking me in the face and not doing your job is going to come back to you 10 times as bad and 10 times as old. And if you're a Christian or any parts of you know what I'm talking about, what that is then.
Okay.
So I think that you mayors, you as mayor, and Louis has lost cause and asked him to do anything. This one here says lying, so we can't ask him to do anything. And Steve, I don't know where he is.
Becky, you need to address the board now.
But what I'm telling you is we need to do something, Mr. Gibbons, for the town, not just for the children. I live in a place that's like prison. The only time I get out is when I go to Lions or come down here. Because, you know why? You can't set out front because of the carryings on. You can't set out back because of the drug dealers and the people living in the woods laying on your picnic tables. I was raised old-fashioned. Not today's carryings on, and there is nothing being being done about none of this carries on. I've mentioned it for the last 30 years. I'm 72. And you know what? I'm just about ready to give my life up and lay down and ask God to take it. Because none of you in this town care like I do. Or you'd be out there riding around in your cars and seeing the carryings on that I'm out there risking my life or walking up and down the streets while you all are doing nothing.
Okay, Becky, you got about 30 seconds. That's it.
Joe, I don't care if I got 30 minutes. You don't care. Or you have something, you're the mayor. Get up, get in your car, and ride around. You can see it. And then I don't have to get upset, go on with chest pains, or end up in the hospital because I'm here every week walking around trying to get help for our teenagers. And you all don't do nothing.
Okay. Just want to make one point clear, Becky. When you call 911, it's just not Elkton. It's the entire county. We have a new system that was
I call Northeast straight out. Northeast straight out, Sheriff Department straight out, Joe.
Call 911.
Oh, yes, I do. Don't call me a liar. Don't nobody call me a liar.
Okay. All right, that's it. Do I have a motion to Adjourn.
Elkton.
So move.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. This meeting is adjourned.